You can have that time after we record, and then
Can you hear me?
No, I'm talking to myself. Yes, I can hear you. We've been talking all this time. How could I?
That doesn't mean anything, okay? Listen.
Like, no, I've just been responding without hearing you.
Maybe you weren't hearing me well. You never know, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The sass. The shit talking.
Oh, shit.
Are you gonna introduce me?
Hi, shit talkers. Welcome to Talk Shit with Pete. And I am your host, Paula, the shit talker.
Shit talking, always rocking. Shit talkers, come on and drop in. Shit talk is always shocking. Talking shit with Pete, yeah.
I mean, don't we all like talking shit anyways? Talk Shit with Pete is the podcast for you.
Talking shit with Pete, yeah.
Welcome to Talk Shit with P. We are hanging out here today with the one, the only, the breathing goddess herself.
Ooh, that's cool. Look at that. The breathing goddess. I don't know how you did that.
I apologize for her.
If you're only listening, you can't see this, but she put up like this thing on StreamYard and it like says the breathing goddess and it looks cool. Continue.
Don't you record on StreamYard?
Yes, but I'm not very tech savvy, so I don't know how to do that.
Oh, wow. You've been wasting your money.
Shut up.
I mean, again, I do apologize in advance for this guest of mine. So, and the only reason she's here recording today because she wanted to beat Matthew to the punch. So, no, not sorry, Matthew, but this purple lady calls herself the breathing goddess. So, Amanda, let's jump into it because fuck your introduction. Who doesn't know you here on Talk Shit with the How did that name come about, the breathing goddess?
How did it come about? That's a good question. So I gave it to myself 2 years ago, 2023, when I got certified in Breathwork. I was in Utah at the training, and I wanted to revamp myself, the Instagram, new mindset, new whatever. And I was previously on Instagram as the Amanda Russo. And I was thinking what kind of could be. And goddess came to me. And it's kind of funny because at first I was like, I don't know how the hell to spell goddess. And then I Googled it and I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, there's 2 D's and there's 2 S's. And a goddess, like they wear their crown and they give it to somebody else to wear theirs. And then the breathing goddess came to be.
Thank God for Google, y'all.
Shut up, okay? And now, anytime I tell people the breathing goddess, because some people still don't spell it correctly either, I'm like, you double the D and you double the S. And you got the breathing goddess.
Double the D, double the S. That's what she said. Anyways, this is gonna be long, bro. We're just on the beginning and I'm already exhausted. So this is how having Amanda as your friend is. And
I'm a lot of fun.
And this is how conversations go. I feel like sometimes she'll be talking to herself on our chat, like if you see our text thread, sometimes I feel like she's talking to herself. And then eventually I just have to be like, okay, damn, I better reply to this bitch before I get next. Because next thing you know, you have 20 messages all from one person, like da. Literally talking to herself. And then here's the funny. So anyways, Amanda,
I said that.
I know, that's why. You should have you should trademark that and have a t-shirt, you know? You should have a t-shirt that says, here's a funny. And half of the time I really don't be laughing, but I just laugh because she starts by here's a funny because she knows she's not going to be funny. It's like me when I tell people, no offense, I'm literally about to offend you and I know I'm about to offend you. I'm just sweetening the offend part. But so whenever she says that, so you should have a tissue line. Here's a funny, and you're right, P. Right, P. Because she's been learning that, and she still doesn't get it. Like, I'm always motherfucking right, or maybe Amanda is just always wrong. Either way, but what does it actually mean to you when you breathe into that identity? Because I feel like names, whether we give the names ourselves or they're given to us, we end up finding a way to breathe into them. Like, they really end up representing us. So how does it mean to you to breathe into that identity of the breathing goddess?
To breathe into it. Say, just even in the fact of like, I mentioned like I wear my crown, it allows other people to wear theirs, but just I would say like breathwork and the type of breathwork that I facilitate is pretty intense. And I've had a lot of people tell me that after it, and a lot of emotions come up, a lot of thoughts come up, feelings come up. Things people would never expect to come up sometimes come up. And I'd say breathing into that identity, that name has really come to be like, I consider it almost therapy, like breathwork. And I tell people who do it with me, whether it's a group session, whether it's a one-on-one, whether you do it with me one time, whether you do it with me 20 times, like if something comes up, a thought, feeling, even after the fact, after you leave, like I am an open resource, like whether it's email, whether it's Instagram, whether it's my phone number, and I give them all my contact info at the end of it. Like, not everybody is going to understand thoughts, feelings, certain things that come up in breathwork. So reach out to me. And I say that to them, I consider it like therapy. Whatever is said to me, like it stays in this little box, in this little room, whatever it is.
I love that. Now, just because we're on Talk Shit with P and I'm nosy, right?
Okay, listen up, y'all. I'm about to give you all a great ass tip, okay? Y'all know I barely read my DMs, and God, don't get me started on tracking my links. But now I'm low-key organized. And you wanna know why? You wanna know what the secret is? Stampede Social. So Stampede Social, it's like if Instagram, Linktree, and your favorite social media intern had a baby, but with boundaries and vibes, lots of vibes. You get a full dashboard that tracks what people are actually clicking on. Now, wouldn't you like to know that? Like I do, and I enjoy it. I've been obsessed with it. Like for once, I know which post made your run to my link and which ones flopped harder than my ex's mixtape. Sorry. Plus, here's a kicker. Get this right. There's a 7-day free trial because we don't do commitments without a test drive, y'all. And if you're feeling spicy, or should I say extra spicy, use code PAULA20. Yes, that's PAULA 20 for 20% off a plan every month for life. Yes, forever, ever, forever, ever. So if you're a content creator, podcaster, or just tired of shouting into the void, go check out Stampede Social because your content deserves better than link in bio with zero context. Again, that's Paula20, PAULA 20. Because I love you, but I love organized chaos even more. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't share. Don't say I didn't give you the good. Don't come back to me complaining because it's right there. Go on now. Go get your 7-day free trial. Thank me later.
Have you ever had a session where the things that the person was experiencing or coming out was like, oh damn, I don't know what to do with this?
Yeah.
How did you handle that? Because I know you don't handle certain things that sometimes very like professionally. So I'm trying to imagine you being in that.
I'm very professional. Thank you very much. I am very professional. And I mean, I think it depends on the person. It depends on the situation, but leaning into whatever supports they also have. You know, like one woman had never been to therapy before, and she did the breathwork session and stuff came up for her. She had talked with me about it, and she did another breathwork session, and then she also started going to therapy. And I had actually even mentioned it, you know, maybe it would help you. Like, we talk about breathwork being like 20 years of therapy without saying a word. That's something that a lot of people say, you know, and there's a lot of benefit to that. Like, you could heal a lot of things without even speaking about it. But sometimes some things you need to speak. You need to speak it out to also have that aspect. You know, there's two sides of the coin. And even like telling her, like, I'm not a licensed counselor. I'm not going to pretend to be. I don't have those credentials. Like, but maybe it would help. Maybe it won't. But like, you don't know until you try it.
I hear that. And guys, I was joking about her not being professional. I was playing about that. You know, she was a whole career that required a lot of professionalism. So don't play with that. But I feel like people were able to do breath work and really be in it, just like meditation. I feel like those people are so lucky. I've really tried and I've failed. Like, I get bored, I get distracted, I start daydreaming. Next thing I'm like, oh man, I should go to this way. Oh man, I've probably married myself and had a whole family and kids when I try to meditate. I've tried to attend Kate's meditations. I've tried to attend, like, people have tried to help me meditate. I've tried attending your breath work. I ended up just paying attention to the music, to be honest, and watching people lay down. Like I get distracted. Like I can't just. So maybe one day. So with that, I am curious. How did you get into breath work? And I want to hear about the very first breath session you experienced that made you believe breathing could do more than calm you, that it could change your life. Because I feel like that's what it has done. It has changed your life, and I haven't been there from the beginning, but from when I joined your life, sometimes I regret that decision. But I feel like I've seen how much it has helped your life, and seen the transition with your life. So yeah.
So I did breathwork for the first time. The first time I did any type of breathwork was holotropic breathwork. I did that at a plant medicine ceremony, and I hated it. I hated it more than anything in the world. I was almost like completely turned off. I'm like, I'm going to stop fucking breathing. I don't like this at all. And it was interesting because I'm one of those people that, like, part of my mindset is the all or nothing a little bit. I've worked away from that a lot, but like, I was like, I am never doing breathwork ever again. And now that type was holotropic. And fast forward a little bit, about a year or so later, a really good friend of mine, Megan, had been doing breathwork detox. She was facilitating it. And it's funny because I can be a stubborn person, and she had been talking to me about it for months, probably 4 months. She's like, you got to try this breath work. I was posting about yoga classes I'm going to, this, that, and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna. And honestly, I only ever did try it because I'm one of those people that, like, I support my friends. Like, if you're selling something, if you're offering something, I'll buy it once. I'll try it once. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It does not matter what it is. I will try it at least once because I'm going to support it. That was October. She first started talking to me about it. And fast forward to January, she was offering an in-person session. It was a pay what you can session. And it was actually the anniversary of my grandma's passing. And I was like, maybe I should go to this. Maybe this is what I should do, because I didn't want to just sit home. I also wasn't trying to, like, celebrate. I'm like, breathwork, it's like meditation. I'll do that for an hour and a half. It'll get me out of the house. It'll be something so I'm not just sitting here wallowing in pity. And it was funny because even my mom was like, you're going to meditate for an hour and a half? And she's like, isn't that a long time? You're just gonna like sit in a circle with other people and just meditate? I'm like, listen, Sharon, I don't fucking know, okay? But it's a pay what you can class. I'm going to fucking breathe. I don't know. And it was funny because an hour and a half later, I felt completely different. I called my mom afterwards, and it's funny because she was like, what did you do? You didn't go and meditate. You did something. You did something else. And now, by something else, she was thinking I did some sort of like plant medicine, because I did plant medicine a year before that. And she's like, what did you drink? And she was referring to ayahuasca, the plant medicine, because I drank that a year before. And I was like, nothing. All I did was breathe. And I'm like thinking about life so differently. As I say, I shifted my grief to gratitude, is what I say. You know, I was so pissed about so many things in relation to my grandmother, and things that could not be changed. Like the biggest one, she didn't see me graduate from high school. Well, I can't go back in time and bring her back to life and re-graduate. So, but after breathing, my mind was like, she saw you graduate 8th grade, and you got graduation pictures from it. And it was all these different like little things that I was just pissed about, that at the end of this breathwork session, I was thinking about completely differently. And I was like, how did breathing shift the way I'm thinking about certain things that I can't change? And honestly, that blew my mind.
I love that. And I love how you brought up the grief gratitude, because literally that was where we were headed with this. Your IG does say grief gratitude. So I want you to walk us through a moment of grief in your life that shaped how you guide other people right now.
A moment of grief in my life. I would say, something I talk about to my clients and even on the podcast a lot. And some people like this, some people don't, but about how nothing lasts forever. The good things, the bad things, whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you're dealing with, like, even the grief, like it might not ever go away, but it's going to be different. It might not ever feel like it's fully gone, but there's going to be seasons of it. Like I've lost different family members, even to suicide. And, like even like we're coming up on holidays. The first holiday without them, usually in my mind, has been the most difficult. Does it ever get easier or better? Not necessarily, but it's different. You almost become more used to it. Not that it's a good thing, not that it's something you enjoy, not that it's something you want to experience, but it's one of those that I talk about a lot, like nothing lasts forever. So when you are enjoying things and you're living life living your highs, like enjoy them, and when you're riding the waves of like things suck, no, it's not going to be forever, like, because nothing lasts forever. So I'd say that, that's a big theme of something like I tend to talk about, because everybody experiences grief regardless of what aspect of it. It's just different versions,
Indeed. I definitely know that. And I know nothing lasts forever, but there are certain things that shouldn't even be there. Like, I'm sorry, go away, get out of here. But do you mean there's an expiration date for me receiving those long ass messages eventually? Because nothing lasts forever, right? No, I'm
You
joking.
started those. You're the reason that those became to existence, because at my first and only Podfest, you made a comment to me, if you need anything, it's just send me a voice message. And you know what? You made that comment, and you're the reason I started sending them to other people too. So
apparently, it's a crime to be kind to people these days, because now you get the blame for.
don't say something if you don't want it.
Okay, so podcaster to podcaster. What made you decide to start a second podcast? So
Rap Shit with P is more than just a name. It's what we do. We make visions come alive. From branding and merch to curated gifting and virtual assistant services. We help creatives, entrepreneurs, and businesses show up bigger, bolder, and better. So if you're ready to level up your vision, connect with us on IG at rapshitwithp or rapshitwithp@gmail.com. And that's WRAPSHITWITHP, rapshitwithp@gmail.com or rapshitwithp on Instagram. Rap Shit with P, where access meets energy, where passion meets execution, and where every detail gets wrapped with love and excitement. So here's to season 10, the final season of Talk Shit with P.
you have Manda's mindset, and then what's the name of your
Breathwork
other
magic.
Breathwork Magic? Why did I thought I knew that? I did know that. So Manda's mindset and Breathwork Magic. For all those who are podcasters out there, you know how exhausting and draining having a podcast can be. So you decided to go start a whole new one. Why was that decision? Why did you feel the need to separate these two or start a breathworking podcast?
Because I was finding myself on Manda's mindset. Any guest that I would come across that either did breathwork, that offered breathwork, I was just wanting to talk to them about that. I was wanting to ask them questions about that. And I was spending so much of the mindset and Manda's mindset podcast talking to them about that. And, it hit me one day. I was like, people don't necessarily listen to Manda's mindset because they want to hear about breathwork. They want to hear mindset shifts, ways to transform their life, ways to level up. They might not give a fuck about breathing, breathwork, just because I do. And that gave me the idea. I was like, you know what? I'm going to see how this goes.
I like the commitment, but you went and started a whole new one because you could have easily been dropping bonus episodes or this on Monday you get this kind of Manda's mindset episodes, and Friday you get breathwork episodes, and still under one, because I feel like again, the Manda's mindset came because of breathwork, right? That's when you shifted your life after breathwork. So why was it necessary for them to be separate?
Because it's the same concept. People's mindset, coming to Manda's mindset, they might not want to hear about breathwork. What's the intention? The intention of Manda's mindset is mindset shifts, is leveling up your life, is transformation. They might not care about breathwork. They might not want to hear anything about it.
But breathwork also provides that, right?
Yes.
Okay. I had a thought of where I was going. See, you throwing my game over here.
How am I throwing your game?
So for most people who are listening, this is actually not the first time Amanda has been on my podcast. It's just that the last time she was here, she was interviewing me on my own podcast. So it is actually the first time I'm interviewing her on my podcast, but she's made a presence before. She said she interviewed me. Was it my 10K, my first 10K, 20K? I don't know, something K over there. But how has your podcasting journey shifted not only your life but your mindset?
I would say it shifted my mindset in ways in terms of I didn't really have a lot of direction per se when I first started it. You know, one person said to me, you should start a podcast. And I fucking started recording on my phone and started releasing episodes. And now there's a lot more intention behind it. You know, there's a lot more thought behind it. There's a lot more planning behind it. You know, I'd say it shifted my mindset in terms of how I'm showing up.
I love that, how you're showing up. I feel like that's what talk show with P did for me. Because now I bet the fact that I'm ending talk show with you, well, not ending, but redirecting. Now I don't even feel like I want to show up to a lot of shit that I was showing up for talk show with you. 2026 is about to be an interesting year. I am very, very excited about 2026, to be honest, for me personally, for talk show with you, for rap show with you, and for every motherfucker who's expecting to see me somewhere. Good luck with that. But on Manda's mindset, you sit with people from all walks, right? Entrepreneurs, leaders, artists. I mean, you even had me on. So that must say something. So what's the recurring theme you think you hear in their mindset work? And how does those conversations shape your evolution?
I'd say the biggest theme is they're doing something out of the ordinary. You know, whether it was they left a job, maybe they started their own business, it was a weight loss journey, you know, maybe there's been some big transition usually. And like the courage that came to do that, things that have helped them along the way, you know, things that didn't work along the way, you know. Also a big thing that a few of them have even mentioned, you know, is like you can also go backwards. And I don't know that I want to say backwards, but like if XYZ doesn't work out, like even starting the own business. And I've had a few entrepreneurs say this, like you can get another job. You know, there was more of them. Like you start whatever it is, like you start a weight loss journey by doing certain exercises. They don't work for you. There's other exercises. You know, you start eating whatever it is, you don't like that. There's other whole foods, you know, like whatever the concept is, like you can try something else. You're not stuck in one aspect, you know, but it's really been, they did something out of the ordinary. A lot of times loved ones close to them didn't think they should do whatever it was, but they still did it, even if outsiders didn't think they should have done whatever it was they did.
I love that. But also, as much as people say you can always get another job, it's not that easy to get another job. Let's be real. For people who we have been out there job hunting, we know how exhausting and
Fair enough.
But I get that, the concept of that, like you can always find some, like not always, but you can try find.
Like you start a podcast and you don't enjoy podcasting, stop podcasting. You know what I mean? Like you start writing a book and then you're like, I don't want to write the book, or maybe you don't sell as many copies, whatever it may be. Like you can always make another transition.
True. You don't have to be anywhere you don't want to be or don't need to be. I hear that. Now, as a breath facilitator, how do you personally navigate burnout, and how do you balance your own vulnerability when facilitating conversation with other people's vulnerabilities?
That's a good question.
I know, I ask very good questions, intentional with my questions, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. I'd say I navigate navigate burnout even by tapping into my own breath. I do breath work myself pretty regularly, but I'd also say even tapping into the silence, no phone, no breath work, no nothing, and just being in tune with myself and with my body. So many people can't just sit with themselves with no distractions, no noise, no anything for like 20 minutes and just settling into the body, dropping in, like unclenching the jaw, dropping down the shoulders, and just being, in terms of boundaries with like other people, I'd say even just not overextending myself, and breathwork in a weird way kind of has actually helped me with that. Like, if there's somewhere even I want to be or I feel like I should be, but my energy isn't with it, like saying no, not being afraid to say, like, I can't be wherever it is for whatever reason. Maybe something is going on personally. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe XYZ, but not being afraid to express that. Like, if I can't fully show up as my full, highest, greatest, authentic self, stating that, and not being afraid to even possibly disappoint somebody, but by protecting my own boundaries and just also saying it in the most appropriate, respectful way to respect their vulnerability as well as mine and not overextend myself.
I love it. And people, she does go silent, but that's the thing. When Amanda goes silent, that's when I really worry, because I'm like, this bitch could be in Bali right now, or Canada, or Arkansas, or it's always the
My
weird
Canada friend
places.
wanted to buy me a plane ticket last week, and I was like, I'm not coming.
Yeah, we're not dealing with weirdos, okay? Can you? So Amanda last year on New Year's decided that literally 10 minutes before midnight to go crazy on these messages that she decided to send people, and she was cleaning house. She was like, fuck you, you're not making it to 2025, and yeah, your subscription has been renewed for 2025. But she doesn't do a good job maintaining the people she kicks out, So
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Some people get re-entry, which is just another problem, which means I get more voice notes again. So can we stick to the no re-entry for 2026, please, okay? And Canada needs to stay in 2025, no re-entry. We don't need tickets, we need money. Like, tell him to send money, and then we know it's real. You can keep the fucking ticket. But anyway. With you running 2 podcasts and being a breath facilitator and also still taking breathwork courses, and you have a job which you should be clocked in right now, but here we are. How do you manage all this and take care of yourself?
That's a good question too, P. That's a very good question. I'd say it's just also, again, it really ties back into not being afraid to say no. Being on top of calendar, is a big one as well. Like, adding every single thing to my iPhone calendar so it's in there, so I have it, so I don't forget. And I think the not being afraid to say no is a big one. I've had, like, I get emails from a lot of people wanting to be on the show. And when I first started Manda's Mindset, like, I wouldn't turn anyone down. I would just let any and everyone speak to me on the show. And not that it's me wanting to tone down guests, but it got to the point where, like, at times I was recording 4 podcasts in one day. And I was like, forgetting, did I say this to the guests before? Is this the same? Like mixing up even my episodes? Like, did I, and being willing to be like, listen, like, this is the calendar. Like, I have guests that are like, I don't want to book that far out. And I'm like, I get it, but this is what my availability is. Even with the breathwork classes, like, I can only do it when I can do it. If it doesn't work for their schedule as well as mine, maybe this isn't a place I'm meant to host an event or whatever it may be, and even with the 2 podcasts, like the Breathwork Magic podcast, I don't release it every week. So little things here and there to kind of help, and whatever works for each person individually. You know what I mean? Like releasing 2 podcasts every single week would be a lot. And now the fact that I'm not doing that is a little easier on me, So I think it's all those little things. And even, again, making that time for me, like whether it's 20 minutes in the middle of the day where I'm just, my phone's in a different room, my Apple Watch is in a different room, and I'm just sitting, not watching TV. I'm not listening to a podcast. I don't have any stimulation coming into me. And oddly enough, I think that's one of the biggest things that helps me.
I love that for you. And you just need to hire up share with me for all the other stuff. I'm just saying. But we're gonna do a quick rapid fire question. Don't overthink it. Straight answers. A book that radically changed how you view healing.
Go Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis.
Okay. I've never heard that. Go Wash Your Face?
Go, yeah.
Gotcha. Wait, has she been on your podcast?
No, she's a famous person.
Oh, sorry.
I would love to have her on my podcast.
There was this episode I listened on yours, and the girl who wrote a book, her book was not... It took a long time to get it published, and it was one of a very good episode of yours. Never mind. My head went there. I was like, oh, was it that book? I don't remember the name of the book, but she was a very interesting guest. I like that. I think I wrote the book somewhere. All right. A sound or instrument, since you're into healing and breathwork and sound. So a sound like tone or instrument that instantly centers you.
The drum.
How come?
I don't know. I just love it. I love to play it. I love to hear it. I just love it. I don't know.
So you're the people who, if we ever go on vacation, to make sure they don't have those drum people waiting for us.
Oh my God, I love them. I love them.
You never make it to your room. You'll be like, can I come with y'all? Where y'all going next to drum? Can we drum all night? Breathwork technique you use when life feels overloading, overwhelming, exhausting.
I'd just say the sigh.
The what?
The sigh, just sighing. So many people overlook that.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can do it while driving. You can do it with your eyes open. You can do it anywhere.
I do that for you mentally a lot, so I get it. If you aren't doing breathwork, sound healing, podcasting, what would you be doing?
I'd be a lawyer. I don't know. That is the first thing that came to mind.
Oh my God, I would pity all the judges because, boy, you sure do know how to force things to make sense. The judges are probably happy you're not a lawyer right now. As we come to an end, Amanda, for someone who believes they aren't spiritual or breathwork isn't for them, because you hear a lot like, oh, those, what do they call them? Oh my God, there's this word. Anyways, isn't for them. What would you say to invite them in?
You'll never know if something is or isn't for you if you don't try it. Whether it's breathwork, Pilates, swimming, no matter what it is, even a career. Like, you'll never know if it's for you or not if you don't try it.
I love that. Now, the main question of season 10. I do not want to ask this because, well, it's the main question. It has to be asked. Can you share your first impression of when you met me and when that was, and now that you have known me we have known each other for 2 years now, going to 3. Is it been? Yeah, we're going to 3. Your impression of me now that you know me?
So my first impression of you was when we were on, and I'll never remember what this actually was, but it was some virtual podcasting meetup, and you were talking about something, and I was...
It was Welcome Newbies, because you hosted with me last year, but when we hosted yours, it was me, Leah, and some other people. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so it was the Welcome Newbies, like, virtual Zoom meetup for Podfest, and she was talking about something. I don't remember what she was talking about, and I, like, made a mental note in my head, and I even wrote on a sticker note, "Talk shit with P," because I was gonna find her at Podfest, and I was like, I love this chick. She is so cool. And I'll never forget, she was by the pool at Podfest, and I wasn't sure if it was her because I had never met her in my life, and I was talking with a group of people, and I was like, I'll be right back. And I ran over to you. I grabbed your name tag to make sure you were talking.
I almost choked because she literally was pulling it. Like, I was like, damn, what the fuck is going on? I
didn't want to just, like, hug you if you weren't talk shit with P, so I grabbed your name tag to read it.
You rather arrest me than hug me, you know?
And I was like, this is T. And I gave her a big hug. And that was my first impression. I was like, I love her. She's great. She's so fun. And I'd say my impression now, you're one of my favorite people in the world. No matter, she is right. She gets a lot of messages from me. It could be a random thing that she doesn't even need to know about. I just send her a text. I could pay something and I'll be like, I paid blah, blah, blah. And I just tell her, it doesn't matter. I got blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what it is. It's the most random shit in the world. I tell P because she's my P. She's literally one of my favorite people in the world. I have a talk shit with P sticker. I didn't put it on anything. It's on my little nightstand right next to my bed because she's with me all the time.
I feel like voodoo. Like, who goes to sleep with a sticker of me? But, you know, we appreciate it.
I
don't got mad at me.
It's next to me. It's next to me.
Still, you're taking me to your bed. She says she walks around with it. I'm like, well, even your mom thinks that's a little weird, okay? So I'm with Miss Sharon on that. But I made a mistake of letting the newbies know that if they see me to hug me because I'm a hugger. So that was what I said. And boy, did a lot of people run up to me and hug me. And because I wouldn't know them, so I would be like, I would have a shocking face. And then they'd be like, oh my God, I'm sorry. You did say you love us. I'm saying, like, it's just how it happened. And I was like, I went to Lee and I was like, why did I fucking say that? He was like, well, you do like hugs. I'm like, yeah, but now I feel like I've just opened the bag of worms. Everybody is running and hugging me. And now it has become a thing. So... So there we go. I love that. Well, Monday was fun hanging out with you. Speaking of that, the town hall minute for Podfest starts in 6 minutes. I was debating if I'm gonna go or not. Anyway, but since I'm awake and I remembered, I'm go in and hear what they have going on before Chris ends up sending me a message. But it was fun hanging out with you. Now, before we leave, let the people know where they can find your podcast, your schedules for between the breathing, Manda's mindset and the breathwork, and also you do host events. You do facilitate breathworking. If there's a way for them to get in touch to you for that, or if you have an event coming up, well, this episode won't go out until December. Needs anything around then. So yeah.
You can find me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at The Breathing Goddess, Instagram at Manda's Mindset. Podcast is available wherever you listen to your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Manda's Mindset, Breathwork Magic, or you can search Manda's Mindset on YouTube. Best place to contact me about events is probably Instagram or my email, thebreathinggoddess@gmail.com.
I love that. And well, when do your podcast come out? Because you say the breathwork not every week.
It's bi-weekly. Fridays bi-weekly. Manda's Mindset every Monday.
All right, there you have it, people. Amanda, thank you so much. Leave the people with some wisdom from Amanda's Mindset, the breathing goddess herself.
I feel like I shared all my wisdom. Some more wisdom. Everything is figureoutable.
Right.
And that's a book too. That's not doesn't come from me, but I believe it. Everything is figureoutable.
Says the person who kind of figures out by harassing me. So sometimes I be like, ask ChatGPT, okay? But
no, I don't want to ask ChatGPT. I want to ask P.
Yeah, P is always right, but doesn't always know everything. Okay, that's somebody else that you left in 2025. That you left in 2024.
P.
By the way, she has dope merch. Go check it out. We are twinning. Move a little so I can take a picture. It took me a lot to finally get this match. So, all right. Well, get back to work, girl.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it only took you.
This. I got to be on Talk Shit with P. And talk my shit with P.
We haven't released the episode yet, so don't get too excited.
Talk shit with P.
If it doesn't go out, nobody knows you won't talk shit with P, okay? Bye.
I love you.
I love it. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Shit Talkers, for tuning in and spending your valuable time with us. We appreciate you. To connect with us more, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter and catch all the shit-talking vibes before anybody else. You can subscribe to our newsletter through our website, www.talkshitwithp.com, and or our merchandise website, www.talkshitwithp.shop. And while you're there, feel free to shop away. Talk Shit with P is available on all social media platforms with the handle Talk Shit with P. Follow us and engage with us. Better yet, if you're feeling generous, give us a review on Apple Podcasts and or rate us on Spotify. You can also share a beer with me where my beer lovers at. I mean, what better way to support the movement than sharing a beer with me by buying me a beer at buymecoffee.com. Thank you for listening, sharing, engaging, and support in any way that you do. Remember, new episodes are out every Wednesday, and for part 2, if any, on Fridays. Let's talk and all listen to some shit. Happy shit talking.